my girls with me. Rock with me. All my girls with me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Shika Trinice. Today I'm going to show you a really quick dessert that is very fun and very easy to make. And since it is Valentine's Day coming up, I think this will go perfect with the theme. I am going to show you guys how I make my version of strawberry shortcake. We are going to do some things that may be from scratch and some things that are not. The first thing we are going to be needing is our cake. So I have purchased the Betty Crocker Super Moist Cake White Mix, Cake Mix the White. So this is the one that I'm using. I have already mixed it up, and this is it right here. I'm going to go ahead and put those inside my pans here. I have some fresh strawberries that I have already washed and pulled off the leaves. We have some sugar, and I also have some frozen strawberries that I currently have in the freezer. I may go ahead and use those. Once we go ahead and get these in the oven, I already have the oven preset already at 350. So let's go ahead and get these put in, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, so we are back. So we have the strawberries here. As I told you guys, I had already washed them. So we're going to go ahead and cut these basically square. Well, it's really no direction of how you need to cut them, but this is how I'm going to go ahead and cut them. So as you see here, and I'm cutting them in fours. After I cut these here, what I'm going to do now is add these into my pot with some sugar. I'm going to leave them in there. Well, of course the heat is down pretty low to give the sugar a chance to liquefy with the sugar. I'm sorry, with the strawberries, not the sugar. I'm going to put the sugar with the strawberries so they can go ahead and liquefy the sugar, and it'll just incorporate with the strawberries. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and do now. So I'll show you that step. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these strawberries and put them in my pot. And I'll bring you guys over to the stove with me so you can see in just a moment. Let me just get them over there in there. Okay. So remember I told you the sugar will liquefy. As you can see here, it has done that, and it has mixed in very well. So I have already turned, this is the liquid that's in there. I have already turned the heat off. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit this to the side so that way it can go ahead and cool down. And I'll transfer it over into a bowl. And then we'll be back with the next step. The cakes are done. Let's go ahead and make the whipping cream. This is 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. 1/3 of a cup of powdered sugar. And then there's going to also be a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I have a mixer, so I'm going to go ahead and use my mixer to go ahead and mix this up real quick. And the whipping cream needs to be as cold as possible. Okay, as you guys can see, it is done. It takes a minute to whip it though. Yeah, I know you was noticing that. It definitely takes a minute. here's our mixture. Nice and fluffy and light. Okay guys, so I am not for sure what's going on with my camera, but apparently I have a time limit and it just cuts me off. So I didn't get a chance to show you guys how I cut that cake and made that circle, which you guys will see in the beginning of the video of how I made it that way. So I have made another one. I'm just going to make a small little version one. So I still have some cake left over. So I'm just going to put this in here. We're going to go the old-fashioned way. We're just going to go ahead and put some pieces that I have already cut up. Just like that in there. So this is the bottom layer. And now we got the whipped cream that I did make. Guys, let me tell you something about this whipped cream, okay? This whipped cream is the bomb. I think a lot of people don't understand that even though you get Cool Whip is good and all, but when you make your own whipped cream from scratch, oh man, it is so much better. Like literally so much better. So right now I'm covering this up, which is what I just did here. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some of the strawberry syrup I still have here. Just going to go ahead and pour that in here. And it will fall down in between and get up in there. I have some strawberries. Just going to add just a couple of them here. Alright, and then now we're going to go ahead and put another layer real quick. And this is just a quick way of doing it. The way I did it, of course, I was trying to be fancy. So I had cut it, you know, I used this as a base, by the way. I just took this same dish and I pushed it down into the cake and poured that part out, and I cut it in half, and then I just layered it that way. So that's pretty much what you saw on that video. So now I'm just adding another layer here. And then the same thing applies. I'm going to go ahead and add more of the whipped cream that I have. So I'm adding the whipped cream. And thank goodness I still had some whipped cream left over to do this video over. But yes guys, so this is what I'm doing. Now I always add a lot of whipped cream because I love the whipped cream actually. So that's why I'm adding so much more here. So this is a generous amount. Okay. And now we're going to add some more strawberries.
I said I like it like that. I said I like it like that.